back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty, where on this channel, our vision is to empower the impoverished by helping you find financial freedom through crypto assets. If you like the mission, you resonate with the vision, and you find this content useful, please subscribe and leave a comment and a thumbs up. Hey guys, welcome back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty. So as a reminder, we still got the contest going on. So all you gotta do is like and comment, and then let me know what number like you were so I can verify that. And then 3 randoms for each week we thrown into a drawing. And then like I said, I'll also check with the community. I'll put a poll up and see if you guys want all 9 to win, or 1 major winner, or 2 or 3. So I'll put a poll up. Whatever gets the most votes is what we'll do. I started out by saying it'll be just 1, but I want to do what the community wants, so we'll see. All right, so this is also what the community asked for. So I am diving into the Forex ecosystem. So this is part of the Wednesday, I forgot what I was calling this, but the beginner's guide to getting started with Forex. So we went over the overview last Wednesday, and today we are diving into his first 2 projects. So I'm putting REAP and BR34P together because they are quite similar in regards to how they work, different functionality, but it'll be easier for you to understand it. And then these other ones require a much deeper dive. So maybe I'll put these 2 together as well. I'm not sure. But anyway, all right. So just a review. REAP launched, was his very first project, and launched in November 2020. And went from around $3 to all-time high $200. I think actually higher than that on my research. And then we had BR34P that came in around February, had no utility besides being the same reflection fork, but on the Binance chain. And then around June is when he added it to Drip. So let's take a look at some of the pros and cons so you can actually understand what it is these are. So we'll start first with REAP. So just a little background again. REAP was a reflection token, November 20 on Ethereum. You are paid rewards based on the buy and sell transaction of a token. Those rewards automatically go into your wallet. Nothing you have to do. All you have to do is hold it, and based on the amount you hold will determine the rewards you get. And also the other access that it gave after he launched it was it gave access to the DAO. I don't know exactly when the DAO came in, but that wasn't his original reason for it. So some of the pros, before we go into that, we're gonna look at the contract, real quick, just give you some info. So here we are on CoinGecko. The current price is about $100. Shows the chart, shows this all-time high, $2.11 and $2.44. Total supply, we're gonna look at, doesn't show it here. Yeah, here it is, 83,568. Total holders, I'll show that on the next tab. And then the market cap is about 8 million, which it's not showing here, but you can see it on Etherscan. So 8 million fully diluted market cap, all right? This also shows the holders and everything else that we got going on in here. All right, so now that you have a little background on that, let's take a look at some of the pros and cons. Pro, you get the insider scoop, right? So this goes with the next one, which is more comms with Forex. So between these 2, you are literally sitting as close as you can to Forex and what he's getting into. He also posts his buy and sells and trades and stuff he's doing when he's taking leverage or whatever the case may be. So if you're trying to do some trading, which is his original background, he built his own bot. This gives you access to that. It's kind of what the Discord started out as, and then he went from the Discord to this private group where he shares that information. Con, you must hold a minimum of 300. There's also a 3% tax or something like that on it. So you got to buy like 310, I believe. And that at right now prices is 30 grand. Second con is it's most suited for whales, because as I just stated, you got to have at least 30 grand at today's prices. Way back in the day, would have been a lot better to get in. Still would have been about $600 minimum. So you got to have 30 grand. And because you got to have 30 grand, that value that you add must outweigh the purchase price of anything you get into. Meaning you pay 30 grand, and then whatever access he gives you, you're hoping to make up that 30 grand over time, which I'm quite sure you have or will, based on what he mentioned. All these people are making money in his projects. Another pro is you have access to the DAO, like I just mentioned, but not just the DAO at Forex. There is approximately 183 DAO members that I counted. People in, I show you where I got that. People in here that have more than 300 tokens. Now that doesn't mean all of them went into the DAO, but I would assume if they have 300 or more tokens, that is the reason they did it. Then there's other people that are just holding the token or trading the token or doing whatever. So there's 180 people in there, and I'm assuming again they might be more active or kind of a higher tier of wealth knowledge, to be putting in that kind of money. So you should be getting some very good information on stuff. I like to say, if you want to go farther in life, then surround yourself with the people that are on that level. So people, especially in wealth wise, that have more money than you, they'll tell you what they do, how they think, how they spend, how they save. And so that's a lot of value in there. Let's go into another pro is 8K available for purchase on Uniswap. So there's a limited supply because the DAO members control most of it. So that can help drive the price up as additional utility comes on, or as more people from Drip start making more money and then they decide they want to get into the DAO. So that means it's a good thing for the people that already have access if you decide to one day want to leave, or if you're like some of these other whales that have more than 300 and you want to sell. So right now it's at a decent low price compared to other times, and if you own more than 300, then that allows you to sell to new members looking to get in. So creates kind of like a nice arbitrage opportunity. Another con, kind of like this, you got to have additional capital. So you're putting in 30K, and then he might say, hey, I got this opportunity for a new pre-sale. Minimum amount is 10 BNB, max is 100 BNB, or whatever the case may be. So you got to have another, 3 grand, 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, whatever, readily available to take advantage of them. Obviously you don't have to, but that's the whole reason you're in there. So if you don't have additional capital sitting around waiting to be allocated, this is not the place for you. The pro, again, access to pre-sales and allocations, and all of those have done really well. And if it's a project he's doing, then for the lottery scratch-offs, this will go to the DAO, in addition to that one company he said he's partnering with to launch that. Another con is it's on ETH, so high gas fees. And lastly, the pro of 1.5 year track record. So it's coming up on 2 years by November. So we're sitting at like a year and 6 months, I guess, approximately 6 months. Yeah. So that's the pros and cons on that. So long and short, this really is only for people with big money. So if you've already made in his other projects, great, get in and make sure you have some extra capital sitting around, but not for the small fish, people just getting in the drip. And if you're watching my channel, chances are that's not for you either, but I don't know, some of you might have some money. All right, BREAP. So BREAP literally just took this and forked it because the gas fees got high. So like I said, REAP was in November, this came out in February. So 4 months later, he's like, yo, BREAP, gas is high. Let's do the exact same thing. So it didn't have any other utility besides buying and selling to make money initially. Let's take a look at the BSC scan and get some values from here first as well. So here's a chart. Kind of went up when he launched it, as all tokens do. Then there's no utility. So if you're holding it, you're making money on these buy and sells. So it's bouncing around 20 and then all the way down to 5 or 4. So I guess people just kind of gave up on it after a while. And then from the announcement of the animal farm, for the drip faucet, it shot up from 5 to 250. Like, that's crazy. 50x, right? This says 511, but that only shows 264, so I'm not sure. All right, holders. There's a lot more people holding this, and that is because of some of the pros that we'll get into. Around the same token supply. Don't know where he came up with these numbers, but they're very similar. So maybe that was something going on back in the day with tokens. Instead of creating a large amount, he created a small amount with a weird number. There have been 10,000, almost 11,000 burned. I don't know why this was. That might have been something he was doing during this time frame to make money off of it, making it deflationary. All his assets are supposed to be deflationary, so I think these are supposed to be burned as well somewhere, but I don't see it. So anyway, let's go into the pros and cons. So pros, it got tied to drip referral, and as you saw from the chart, it took off like a rocket. Con, initially, or currently, there's no other utility outside of drip. So if you're going to buy it, it only really holds some value if you're going to use it for referrals. However, it is tradable, so it can be used as a speculative investment because let's say you're in drip or you're watching drip from the sidelines and you heard about the lottery announcement. So you believe people will be buying the dog token to, I'm sorry, not dog, buying the BREAP token to increase their downlines. So you could actually buy it and then sell it when other people jump in, kind of like the chart did when they made the announcement. So you can do some speculative trades, and the taxes on it are relatively low from the transaction fees on gas, as well as the tax of just purchasing it, which is, I don't remember, is it 10%? Might be 10%. Con, there's quite a few large accounts. So this means what we'll get into the next thing is that these people can greatly manipulate and swing the price, as well as they can front run. So what I just said about you getting in, because let's use the example again, these whales that have a lot of BREAP, probably also in the Dow. So that means Forex is like, yo, I got this development coming on where I'm going to be utilizing BREAP in the future, and it's going to be like drip and da 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 da. So these guys already put their front pre-sale allocation up, and they can buy up additional BREAP, or they can they control the supply. So when the BREAP that is bought up and the price goes up, they can then make a nice profit because they control most of it. So gotta be careful about that. You are more likely to receive reflection rewards because it is being bought and sold, and then you also saw that it is also being burned. I don't know what the burn mechanic rate is, but you can see that. Another pro is the smaller quantity requirements for the benefits, so you can literally just buy one and it doesn't cost as much as REAP. Actually, might be more expensive right now. Yeah, it's more expensive, but since it's traded more frequently, bought and sold more frequently, because it's on BSC, then you can at least make some reflection rewards off of it. And lastly, another con is you need 1,597 for the max downlines for that to be beneficial if you're going to be making a huge drip team. And the other pro is cheaper gas, and we are on a 1-year track record for this as well, like February, right? So just made the 1-year mark. All right, so in summary, neither of these are really necessary, because remember, you can get into drip without BREAP, and you can also get into it without joining someone's downline. You can join the marketing downline. So we'll talk about that in the next video because that's drip related. But the whole purpose of this is to help you understand, should you buy these or get into these. And so with REAP, unless you are a whale and you have a ton of capital and you want to buy at least 310 due to the tax, and you're going to have enough money to participate in pre-sales, don't buy it. Waste of time. You're not going to get enough money off of the reflections because people aren't really buying and selling it. BREAP, same thing. Don't buy BREAP unless you have some insider scoop as to the next developments. I think there's going to be a run-up on something, which I don't know of any. Or you are building a team in drip where you're going to need a lot of downlines. So that's my 2 cents, my 2 Satoshis on the matter. So hope that provided some value. And I will be back next Wednesday with the next part of the series, moving on to drip faucet, possibly also drip reservoir. All right, guys, until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible.